Missouri residents say they're out thousands of dollars after paying a Cole County man for construction work.
One man says pieces of wood have been sitting in his backyard for months after the project was supposed to be completed. And a woman says that her building was supposed to be put together, but it was put together so shoddy it's falling apart.
In a special report tonight, ABC 17's Jillian Furtick confronts the man known as Ken Jensen.
Customers say he goes by two different names, Ken Jensen and Scott Jensen, and there's lawsuits against both names. Not only that, I found out today the man has an active warrant out for his arrest. And now two unhappy customers tell me they just want some answers. $17,400. And this is what you got?
This is all I got, this and some posts in the ground.
Douglas Bledsoe says it was supposed to be his dream woodworking shop.
It's supposed to have two garage doors and a side entry door.
And his basement was to be remodeled to house his daughter and other family members while they helped Bledsoe with his medical problems.
I live on disability, and I had saved that up.
That money he saved up totaled more than $20,000. Bledsoe says he signed a contract with Ken Jensen on March 18th. According to that contract, Jensen would have his basement remodeled and his workshop finished in 2 weeks, weather permitting. But he says after 2 visits from workers,
I haven't seen him back yet. He's always had an excuse as to it's raining or this came up or that came up. So I haven't seen anything since then.
And now 2 months later, Bledsoe says he just wants his money back so he can pay someone who will do the job. It's a similar story for an Ashland woman who had a dream of raising chickens in a custom-built chicken coop.
His profile seemed to be Christian-oriented, and he promised that he could get a building out to me within a much shorter time than the other companies.
Sarah Bullard signed her contract with Ken Jensen on March 8th and says the building was promised to be delivered 10 days later.
It was April 30th when they delivered, after many days of them saying that they were going to come and not showing up and not communicating, after I had stayed home from work and had sitters to watch our kids.
But Bullard says when it finally arrived, the building had some problems.
The first things that I saw were broken boards that were here the day that they delivered them. The building is warping, so all of the plywood that they used is pulling away from the building. The roof leaks right here in the middle, so there's always water here when it's raining.
Bullard says Jensen offered to come back and fix it, but no-showed on her several times. Determined to get some answers, I called Jensen myself on Monday. He initially agreed to meet me for an interview.
Do you want to just say noon?
Yeah, I'll meet you at Memorial Park at noon.
Okay.
After canceling on me early this morning, he agreed once again to do the interview. So I showed up at the park, but...
Hey Ken, it's Jillian Furtick with ABC 17. I just wanted to let you know I am here at Memorial Park, and I'll probably be here for another half hour, so trying to see where you're at.
After waiting a half hour, I headed over to Jensen's house to try to get some answers. But no one was home. And he sent me another text message saying he did not want to talk. So we waited for over an hour until he returned.
Hey, Ken. Again, I just had some questions for you. You know, these people need some answers.
I asked him first about the project at Bledsoe's house.
Douglas Bledsoe, he paid you nearly $20,000 for a job that hasn't been done yet.
Right, we're actually still, to my knowledge, in the progress of that job.
I then asked him about the deal that he made with Bledsoe.
And the contract said 2 weeks when you guys signed it in March. It's
right.
May.
There were other things involved with that.
Jensen said there were a number of problems, like getting the materials and the weather.
Now they're talking about rain on Wednesday again. Things like, you know, the construction, we can't really do a lot in the rain.
But it didn't rain all of April or all of this month.
It rained a lot.
Jensen says again he is still working on Bledsoe's project.
And we built him a big shed. I don't know if he told you that. We built him two sheds.
It's a frame of a shed.
Well, we built him an entire shed.
That's still back here from
we
what...
couldn't get it moved.
Jensen says he doesn't have a way to move a shed he says he has on his property to Bledsoe's.
The bottom line is, as it stands right now, we're still working on that job. You know, there's been no scam. There's not going to be.
Well, where are you guys today? It's sunny outside.
We're working. I mean, we're working. Today is an exception to the rule because I don't know what to do. Am I supposed to go back down there? I need to contact Doug, and I haven't done that yet today.
And as for Sarah Bullard's chicken coop,
it was perfect when we walked away. Was it perfect?
Yes, it was.
I mean, there was nothing wrong with this building.
I explained to him some of the issues Bullard showed me yesterday.
I mean, we've got 200 plus pictures of the build, and it's not gonna, you know.
But, you know, I also have pictures of it, too, yesterday. It's warped. There's cracks.
Jensen says he has offered Bullard a refund or repairs, but tells me she declined. I tried to find out more about Jensen's business.
Trust me, it's not even a business. We just do this to stay busy. You know,
So you don't have a business license?
No.
He's not required to have a license to work in Cole County, but many cities, including Jefferson City, require business licenses and/or permits to do work within city limits.
Thanks, Jillian. Jensen has multiple lawsuits and criminal charges dating back more than a decade. Some of those charges include passing a bad check and not paying taxes. Now, both of the victims in this story say they have filed a complaint with the Attorney General's office.